Welcome to Profiletraders. This is Reza and you're listening to my market analysis for February the 8th. Let's go back to the previous video and see what we said a little bit and see what happened. I specified that Friday's close was extremely negative and that if price was going to remain below 1885, then continuation down should be the next stage of the market. And pretty much as we approached 1885 and a half, we were totally unable to break above it. The result was a rotation that exited to the downside with a very severe directional bias, and then closed at the very end range of the overnight. Once we opened, obviously everybody that was coming to the office and seeing this horror, a lot of them had to be forced to liquidate, and that forced liquidation pretty much brought in selling very directional right off the open. And then the remainder of the day was just a very aggressive back and forth with, of course, the strength of it to the downside until we reached a level which I gave you from my daily chart previously, and that was 1821. So you can go back, verify this line was given to you as a main support previously. So 1822 is where price stopped. And of course, when you're at such critical levels, the Fed is watching very clearly. And if they would have allowed price to break below that level without defending it, this would have snowballed into foreign markets tonight, and tomorrow morning it would have been another disaster in hand for them to manage. Therefore, somebody again came in with a lot of buying power, completely and totally reversed today's action and closed it at the very, very top of the range. So now one has to assume that in the very short term a bottom is in. And until in the very big picture 1820 is not broken to the downside, we could come back and forth and retest and go sideways, do all kind of a mumbo jumbo, but we will not have a significant breakdown in hand. So because it was rejected so strongly to the upside, that low is a very strong, solid low. Therefore, if there is a significant pullback towards that low, first level of support is at 1838. Second level of support is at 1827. And then that 1820. And any given time that 1820 breaks down, well, hang on to your hairpiece because it may fly. As for the upside, the buyer now must reject price without any hesitation about 56 and a half. If it does that, we should then go tackle 1864, and after that 1887 and a quarter. Now let's look at what's going to happen or happen with CL. That as well, as I recall, I said that every time that something goes up without improving in its demand, up moves are short-lived, because these kind of up moves that are not backed by fundamentals are usually market manipulations, and of course any kind of market manipulation can't last forever unless your name is the Federal Reserve, but obviously you are not. So whoever created that euphoric push to the upside in this day of 2216 in this profile, he is completely out of the picture, because as price has been dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping, he is nowhere to be found. So there is a big problem now, because if this whole move was all fake, now going back up, every single of those relevant areas on the way down are going to become very strong resistance, because those who got cut and trapped on that move up are now just praying to God that price would go up again so that they could bail out of this folly that they had in chasing price that other day. I believe it was Friday of before last week. So in terms of resistance, number one now, 30.75. After that, we are dealing with 31, which is a POC here. After that, 31.44, and then 32.15. In terms of support, be on a lookout that 29 to 29 and a quarter should present very strong support, especially if it comes to that level one shot after coming down and breaking the low of this very big day that we had. So right around there we should find some good support coming into the market. So let's see what brings the next time. And if you wish to learn market profile at a fair price, excellent quality, check my deal on my website profiletraders.com. Thank you for listening.